Hi guys. Um, Good morning. So good evening, all of you. Hope all of you can hear me. Yes. Anyone? Can you please confirm, guys? Is I'm audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay. All right. So guys, in the last week, that means in the last week, what we discussed here is just a couple of classes. I think a 2 to 3 classes I discussed regarding some introduction part, like what is data science? Sorry, what is Power BI? What is the need of Power BI? What is data visualization? What are the different ways we can do the data visualization? I shown you two ways, guys. One is by writing some scripting, by writing some kind of a little bit lines of code with the help of Python or something like that, what we have to use it. Second category we discussed here is by using some kind of a GUI based tools like. So some kind of a GUI based tools like I used something like I can say something like a Power BI. So our main training program is completely on the Power BI. So Power BI is a data visualization software, guys. So what it can do is simple by drag and drop, we can create some kind of an visualizations and all these things, what we can create it. So that is what practically we can study about. What that is what practically we studied about in the last week. And apart from that, a little bit introduction to what are the different tools. Like I given some idea about that. So mainly we have to work on three different tools, guys. One is Power BI Desktop. That is our main designer tool. The second one is nothing but Power BI Service, where all that management administration is done. And thirdly, it is nothing but something called as an Power BI Mobile. So using Power BI Mobile, you can only access the reports, whatever the reports that developers has published into the Power BI service. So I told you to work on that. So for that, as I explained you about that, you have to work with something called as an Power BI Desktop. So I told you to download and install, which is Power BI Desktop, guys. I told you how to download the Power BI Desktop. So if anyone has missed the last class, guys, nothing is there. Just a small introduction only. Only 3 sessions has been happened, guys. And that too, it is only just an introduction part. We didn't started with any main implementation. So this is download the Power BI. Just go to the link here. I told you to verify. So the latest July update was already released. So I told you also, guys, how to update your version also I told you. First time installation, you don't have a problem. But in my system, already Power BI was already there. So this is my Power BI desktop, guys. I told you, click on this about button. So once if you click on the about button, we can see, guys. So actually still my system is having the June update actually. That July update was released. It is 2.144, guys. The latest version that was available is going to be 2.145. So a latest version was released. It's not a version actually. It is just a small update. July update will be there, guys. So I told you have to download this. I think already I have done the download. No worries. My version is not a very old version, guys. It is just hardly 1 month back only, guys. It is a 1 month back only. It was released, guys. Actually, we have to install it one more time because this is a little bit old one. So I don't require this. So install a new one, guys. Download the new one, which is Power BI Desktop, which is going to be the X64, which is a 64-bit of the 64-bit software. So please download this. It takes a little bit time. So I think on that day I downloaded, but I didn't install on that day. Maybe I have cancelled the installation in the middle. Maybe I have cancelled. That's the reason why the installation is not available. Okay. Let it download. No worries about that. Let it download, guys. Okay. After download, again, I'll come back. So installation is very easy. The mechanism is next mechanism only, guys. You need not to worry about anything. So if you can observe carefully, this is the one what we can see the environment here, guys. So don't worry, I'm not starting with any practicals for today, guys. Just today's discussion is only to understand this environment. This is just for our environment, guys. This is our Power BI environment. So a couple of days, that means a couple of after the first session introduction was completed, I think on the second day, the second introduction class. So I just explained you like how the difference between a coding based visualization and a GUI based visualization. When I opened the Python and asked when I asked it the questions saying that do you know how to create the visuals? So most of you said that, sir, we never heard about that. I said that something like pandas, matplotlib, these are going to be some of the libraries what we basically utilize them. But most of you said that, sir, we heard it, but we don't know really what there are. But when I open the Power BI desktop and whenever I ask you to create a report, though you are seeing this environment for the first time, so though you guys has been seeing this environment for the first time also, still at least that means if we have a little bit, see nowadays guys, everyone is learning at least the basic computer knowledge at the school level itself. Almost all once you come to the graduation level, must and should almost all everyone is nowadays having a minimum knowledge of computers. Though you may not be experts in programming languages, at least minimum there are learning C language. Everyone. So as you know that in all the almost all in all the engineering the engineering which is going to be the branches, everyone has to study minimum at least C language. Minimum at least they have to learn C language. Depending on the course like CSC and the IT, those will learn a little bit more computers the programming languages. But independent of whatever your specialization, your core subject, everyone has to learn at least the basics of C language. They have to learn it. Even the other, which is going to be bachelor degrees, undergraduates, everyone has to at least they have to learn, which is nothing but at least a minimum one programming language. So nowadays we don't have that much dumb students who do not have how to use a computer. At least at the school level, they are starting using the computers. They know, may not be that much expertise, but they know at least minimum knowledge. So a person who is having at least a minimal knowledge, guys, they are installing the softwares. We are working with nowadays a lot of tools are coming, guys. A lot of softwares we are working on that. Even non-IT professionals also at least they're installing some softwares and they're working on it, right? So even you guys also, even though you though you are not aware about the Power BI, at least you don't have any idea about Power BI in the whatever on the day when I ask it to import the data, how to get the data. So you identified this. So from here it is going to be get data. Just and given a hint, I want to extract the data from text or a CSV file. So you can extract the data from CSV file. And after that, you selected the location, D drive, C drive, whatever the file location is there. So I told you, just select the location. Everyone knows how to select the location. So this is going to be the location here, guys. This is going to be some kind of a location of the file. We selected and clicked on open. So once we click on open, it will read the data from that particular file and it is going to show the data in A, which is going to be in the data it will show you. Click on the load. Click on the which is going to be the load, what we have to work on it. So this is going to be the data, what we have to work with. That data will come. Once the data comes here, you can create your reports. It just takes not even a minute of time, guys. Easily we can create the data, whatever the data you require. You can just create some kind of a data, what we can work on it. Just an example, nothing is there. Just if you drag and drop that particular data here, and you can just drag and drop that particular values here, guys. Just an example. Nothing to work, nothing to work on that. It is going to be something like what we have to work hard. Just we have to work, guys. That's nothing is there. Just we have to drag it and just we have to drop the data here now. So nothing to matter. So even just don't worry about all these application, guys. So just nothing is there. Just if you observe carefully, guys. So how this particular data, the data points are moving, can observe carefully. What is that? You may not be identifying that. But very clearly, how simple, just did not it even taken a simple minute of time. We can just create as much reports what we can create in, guys. See there how the data was there. You can see the data, isn't it? So some kind of an which is going to be the values, whatever you want, we can create some kind of an data and all these things, what we can work on it. So that's it. Apart from that, nothing is going to be there. See, 2, 3, sometimes you'll get 3 also, guys. Sometimes you're getting 1, sometimes it is coming 2, sometimes you're getting 3. Don't worry about that. I didn't done anything. Just it is going to be some kind of an populating the data, guys. That is what I have been got done. Yep. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second and just please be online. Yeah, guys. Let's continue, guys. So, first of all, you have to understand this environment here, guys. Just we have to understand some kind of an which is going to be the environment. So, what exactly this environment is, and what is this environment? What are these components? We have to work on it. Okay. So for that, the concept is going to be a very simple concept only, which we have to work on it, right? So see there, no worries. Slowly, once you start working with them, easily we can remember them, guys. Once you start working with them, easily we can remember them. Don't worry, I will explain one by one, the applications. So can you observe carefully on the left hand side? Mainly, there are different options are there, guys. Mainly on the left hand side, we have 4 options are there. In that, we use only 3 options only. And on the right hand side, again, we have a 3 options are there. 3 to 4 options will come, guys. Depends on that, because there are some options are there. Don't think that there are going to be only 2 options, 3 options. We can see some kind of an which is going to be the options what we have to work on it. See that there are going to be something like 4 options we got it. It will come, guys. We are going to be having a different options. 5 options also will come. See there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In your system, by default, we'll see only 2 or 3 only, guys. Don't worry about that. Later, we can add up a little bit more and more. So just we have to understand what are these options. So on the left-hand side, what are these options? And on the right-hand side, what are these options? And on the top, what are these options, guys? Okay. So see there, very simple. On the left-hand side, we can see something called as a views. They are nothing but called as views, guys. Okay. Can you see there is something called as an report view? There is a small buttons are there, guys. We have something called as a report view. Below that, we are having something called as a table view. Can you see? This is going to be something like a table view. And after that, we have something called as, which is going to be what we can call it as model view. And after that, we are having something called as an DAX query view. So totally, there are going to be 4 options are there, guys. Okay. So this is going to be the 4 options what we have to work with them. And this is going to be the one what we have to work on it, guys. So 4 options are there. I'll tell you what is this option here now. This option is very simple, guys. This option is going to be nothing but report view. Means we can view your reports and all these things here. Table view. You can view your data. Whatever the data you imported, all this data we can see here, guys. This is your model view. Model view is nothing but some kind of a table structures. Okay, columns, data types, relationships, all these things we can define here, guys. Okay. And finally, there is going to be something called as an DAX query views. Leave it for the timing. You need not to worry about that. Here we can see, guys, it's nothing but report view, where we can see all our reports and all these things, designing of reports, all these things we can see here. This is nothing but table view, whatever the data was there and all these things. Model view, structures of tables, relationships, all these things will define here, guys. And DAX query view. On the right hand side also, guys, depending on the view, whatever we selected, there are different types of panes. These are what we call it as panes, guys. See there, very clearly we can see. This is your nothing but filters pane. See there, when I put a pointer there, we are getting collapse or expand the filter pane while which is going to be while we are editing. This also determines how the report is going to be, report readers will see it. So nothing is there, just we have to just collapse them, expand them, collapse them, expand them. So collapse them, expand them, collapse them, expand them, guys, right? This is how we practically we have to work on that, and that is going to be the option with that. On the left hand side, we are having the views. On the right hand side, we are having the panes. Can you see at the bottom? It's very easy, guys. Without having, just only thing is learning Power BI is very easy, guys. Just somebody has to just give some, which is going to be some, just an introduction, some initial, it's basics at the beginning level. If somebody will help you or somebody just mentors you, that is sufficient. You can learn Power BI by your own. Many of the things we can learn by your own, guys. You don't require any help from anybody. Only just the starting. Somebody has to guide you. So somebody has to just start up. So then you can understand the remaining things, guys. See there, this is going to be something like what we have to do is on the left hand side, there are 3, 4 views are there. Right hand side, there are 3 panes are there. One small tip I will tell you, guys. See, normally when you are writing a programming language, when you're writing a program, we have to write the exact code, the correct code we have to write it. It's not like a trial and error method. So let us try this code. If this code does not work, make some changes. So try another code. If this code does not work, make the changes. That is not a recommended. That is not generally recommended, guys, in programming languages. But here, many of the things we can understand only with some exploration. I don't say trial and this. I don't say that try and error method. I don't say that. So try this, work on this. If it is not working, do this. We don't do like this, guys. So what I generally recommend here is everything should be explored. That means, for example, let us see this option here, guys. So you need, that means at least, I'm not saying that you learn by yourself, but at least whenever I started with this option, guys, for example, I started with option. I'm explaining this option here, guys. So while I'm explaining the option, once you are confident with this option, even I didn't discuss, you can start with the next option, guys. For example, what is this enter data? Put a pointer. The Power BI gives a hint saying that create a new table by typing or pasting in new content. So click here. Don't worry about that. Sir, if I click here, what will happen? Nothing happens, guys. Just you see there. Just like in something called as an Excel sheet kind of a thing. You are getting it. See, there is a plus symbol is there. Insert columns. Plus symbol here. Insert rows. Just you add some columns and rows, guys. Just like in Excel sheet, we'll do it now, guys. Same as it is. Give some data. For example, employee number. Let us say employee name. Let us say it's a salary. Let us say it is a department number. See, I always recommend to learn like this, guys. Simply, you need not to wait. That means I'm not saying that you please learn all the thing, all the concepts you have to learn ahead before I'm teaching it. I'm just telling that try them. Okay, if you didn't understand the concept, for example, let us say that there is an option is there, new measure is there. If you click on that, initially you can't understand what it is meant for. You don't know what you are not getting any idea about that. What is meaning of a measure? You never heard about that. Okay, so leave it then. No need to worry about that. Either you put this particular cancel symbol. At least we have some basic computer usage now, guys. Whenever we are deleting a file, we all of you know that how the file will be deleted. So whenever I'm trying to delete this file, so obviously the computer will ask me, so do you want to delete the file or don't want to delete the file with confirmation, right? Okay, with confirmation, it is going to ask you, do you want to delete it or else no worries, it went to the recycle bin. So I will say right click and I'll say delete it. In the case, if you want, I can say it. It will ask me, so do you want to permanently delete the file? Yes. If you're confident about that, you will say yes. If you're not confident about that, you say no. That's it. So nothing happens to any software, guys. But generally, whenever I'm not saying that you have to just go for trial and error method, but learn by exploration. Try each and every option you have to try it, guys. Maybe some options I'll explain them, but some options you have to do by yourself. Means just by exploring. Anyhow, from my side also, I will explain each and everything. See there at the bottom, you can see something like two tabs are there. Can you see there? There is like one symbol is coming like n. Can you see there, guys? One symbol is coming like a computer symbol is coming, and other one is going to be nothing but it's a mobile symbol, guys. It's a mobile, guys. Okay. So the option itself is saying that it is a desktop layout view. Means how your report is going to looks in a computer. It's a desktop. Next one is going to be mobile, guys. It is a mobile layout view. Click there, nothing happens, guys. Just a kind of a mobile layout will come like this very clearly. Create a mobile layout. Currently, there is no data was there. So that is the reason why there is no data is going to be gets coming, guys. If you have a data, then this particular options will be enabled. Because there is no data here, there is no visuals here, nothing is going to be there. That is the reason why you can't see any data there. But explore it. So click there. Okay, you can understand. So how the report looks like in a mobile, I can click here. Whenever the mobile looks like in a desktop, it is going to be looks like here now. Click there, which is going to be something like a new page, new page, new page, new page. As many pages we can add up them. Close it. Minimum one page must be there. Report should contain minimum one page must be there, guys. We can't delete all the pages. I can remove the third page. I can remove the second page, and I can't remove the first page, guys. Because minimum there must be at least one page must be there. So there is no cross symbol will come. Or there is no delete option is not going to come here, guys. So this is what we can see. Left hand side, as I said, that these are going to be views, guys. And on the right hand side, there are going to be something called as a panes will come. Next, on the top, you all of you know that, guys. These are nothing but what we call it as various menu options are there. Home ribbon menu, or a ribbons we call it as. These are all nothing but what we call it as ribbons, isn't it? So this is going to be some kind of a ribbons, guys. What you are going to learn, guys, Power BI, what you are going to learn. I don't teach you any coding. I don't teach you any programming. What I'm going to do is, so when should I use this option? When should I click this option called as a transform data? When should I click this option called as nothing but recent sources? Or when should I click something called as a refresh? What is the purpose of new measure option here? What is the purpose of new visual? What is meaning of publishing? So I just explain all these things options, guys. So when you go to the insert ribbon, so what is this option called as in shapes? What is option called as the images, buttons, text boxes? Okay, some kind of a modeling. What is a measure? What is a table? What is a column? What are the purpose of parameters? Okay, what is the purpose of roles? So all these things we are going to work with them, guys. We are going to work with all these roles concept. So what are the roles? Manage roles, view as, something like this. Same as it is. In every option, we are going to cover what exactly these options are meant for, and what is this basically the options are meant for. We'll have a lot of option, guys. Once you go internally, you will have a lot of options and all these things will be there. So let us check it out, guys, whether the download is done or not. So let me check it out. I think it will be done. So open, which is going to be downloads button. So Power BI desktop has been installed. So double click on that, guys. Just run it. But while running, in your systems, you don't have a Power BI, guys. But in my system, already Power BI desktop already there. And currently it was open. So while it was open, we can't install it, guys. We can't install it. So that's why if you observe carefully, please close Microsoft Power BI desktop and click on retry to configure the installation. That means if in the case if Power BI is already there in your system, maybe some days before or some months before or some years before, you may have downloaded Power BI for some reason. If it is already there, don't worry. No need to uninstall it, guys. Just close it. Don't open it, guys. Just close it. After closing, then again, I can say retry. Now the installation will start, guys. Just click on next, guys. So in my system, it is a little bit time taking. Why it will time taking in my system, guys? Already the Power BI desktop is already there. So being it is already there, so the installation has to check what is the current version of Power BI is there, where is the files are there, all these things. And after that, what it will do, we all of you know, guys. It will just remove the old files, copy the new files, install the new files, okay, update the registry, all this procedure will take place. So little bit time taking. If it is a new installation, it will be faster, but it is not a new installation, guys. It is nothing but updating the existing, whatever the install, the Microsoft Power BI desktop is already there. So that's why it is taking some time. It is saying that please wait. So while the setup is wizard is preparing to, which is going to be guide you through the installation. So it will identify the space requirement, compute the space requirements. So just wait for a couple of, we need not to wait for hours of time. Just a few minutes of time. If we wait, guys, installation will start. So let us start with the installation, guys. Just a minute. So once the next button is enabled, we can continue with the installation procedure. Please wait, guys. Just let it complete. Right. So if you can observe carefully, the procedure the installation is about to start, guys. Nothing to do, just click on the next button. So everything is going to be next option only, guys. Please make sure that in the case, if it is already there, please close that Power BI desktop. Otherwise, it will give a warning. Just accept the license agreement, guys. Just click on the next button. Nothing to do, just click on the next. Okay, create a desktop shortcut. Just click on the install, guys. Okay, that's it, guys. See, only just two next steps option, guys. Just accept the license agreement 2 times. If you click on the next, guys, then automatically it is going to do that particular installation, guys. See there, just it takes a few minutes of time. So let it happen. Meanwhile, we'll do some other discussions. Okay, so don't worry, guys. I'm not opening Power BI desktop now, guys. Why I'm not opening Power BI desktop? You know that because already currently installation is going on. So while the installation is going on, if you open it, so maybe what happens, you know, that it may either stop the installation, or it may be for anything may happens to that installation. That's why let us leave it as it is, guys. Let it happen, guys. The installation procedure is going on, better leave it as it is. Okay, fine. Now, okay, so that is that done, guys. So once again, this is nothing but the Power BI, which is going to be the desktop setup, guys. So let me tell you, that means when you go to the real application, guys, when you go to the real applications, so how the Power BI project lifecycle, that means what are the different stages are there. So let me explain the different stages. Meanwhile that installation is going on, guys, we do something. Just we'll try to understand in real time how the Power BI, which is going to be. So normally programming language is different, guys. In programming languages, what we'll do, guys, we'll just, which is going to be, develop the software. We'll write the code. The code will goes for testing. So after the testing is done, it will move to the production. The people starts using it. But in Power BI, the mechanism is not like that. The Power BI mechanism is a little bit different, guys. So that's why just a little bit idea about how, that means what exactly the Power BI project lifecycle will exist. Let me give some idea about that. Okay. So meanwhile, installation is going on. So we'll again come back to the installation to understand this, guys. Okay, fine. So let us start with the discussion, guys. So what is going to be the project lifecycle? So I'm simply talking about how the, which is going to be project, which is going to be Power BI, which is going to be project lifecycle exist. Okay. So once if you look at the, which is going to be the Power BI project lifecycle, how it is going to be there, guys. So let me explain this particular implementation. What is exactly this? Stage one. So we already discussed a little bit about that, and we already have an idea about whenever we want to create a visual. So how the visual, first of all, we have to get the data, guys. So the first step is nothing but what we have to do, guys. I'm just giving the overall idea, guys. I'm not doing any implementation here now. First, we have to get the data from data source. So the client will give you the data, guys. There are different type of data sources are there. Data may come in a file format. The data may comes in a database systems, or the data may comes in a cloud computing or a cloud systems. It may be different, guys. So that's why what you have to do, guys, get the data from the data source, and simply what we have to do is transform, or we have to clean up the data, guys. So what you have to do, guys, first we have to get the data, guys. After getting the data from your source, what you have to do is either we have to transform or we have to clean up. Some cleaning is required, guys. Don't expect that whatever the data you got is ready for our reporting. Sometimes there may be a lot of issues with your data, guys. Maybe a lot of missing values may be there. Okay. Or which is going to be a lot of, which is going to be irrelevant data will be there. Something like that. It is going to be something like what we are going to be having, guys. Okay. So that's why what we have to do is either we have to clean up or we have to transform the data according to the requirement. We have to, which is going to be clean up, or which is going to be, we have to work with, which is going to be either cleaning up the data or transforming the data, guys. Okay. So fine, data was ready, guys. Once the data is cleaned also, guys, immediately we don't directly create the reports, guys. Immediately we don't create the reports, guys. So what we have to do then? So something called as data modeling. Maybe you can't understand this concept, guys, but later, because we have to have a basic understanding about the report requirements and all these things. What you have to do is we have to create something called as the data modeling we have to do, guys. So what is, I'll just give an idea about that. Data modeling is nothing but according to our requirements, sometimes some additional calculations are required, guys. Sometimes some additional calculations are required. For example, directly, nobody will directly, the clients never ask you the data directly, guys. So don't expect that every data that client requires is going to be available in the table. I'll tell you some example, guys. Let us say that something like ordered date. Some companies having some ordered dates, guys. Ordered date, and something like how much quantity they have sold or how much quantity they have been ordered. So a company is placing some orders, guys. Just an example, a company is placing some orders. Let us say that on the 1st January, let us say 2025, how much quantity they have sold? 25. How much quantity they ordered? 2nd January 2025, so they ordered something which is going to be 32. Like that, we have the data up to somewhere around 30th June. Just an example, guys, 30th June 2025. So based on that particular data, guys, we have the day-to-day data was there. So it is going to be 2nd January 2025, 3rd January 2025. How much is the quantity that has been got sold, or how much order it was placed on 29th of June 2025, how much we have been, which is going to be ordered. This is the data, guys. Now the client is asking, can you please display total every month, total how much quantity we have ordered. He don't want like this day wise. He want in the month of January. That is very easy, guys. Directly Power BI can do all this calculation by itself. So month and what is going to be the total order quantity, guys. So in the month of the January, I'm not writing it. On an average, if you see 25 also, guys, 20, 25 on an average, if you say, in a month, there will be somewhere around 700 or 800 will be there, 782. In the month of February, for example, something like 646, because 2 days, which is going to be 2 days or 3 days, we have a less compared with the Jan. In the month of March, let us say that it is going to be 701. In the month of April, something like this, which is going to be something like 842. And something like this data was there. Okay, up to here, it was fine, guys. So January, how much, February, how much, March, how much, April, how much we have been done. Now, this calculation is very easy, guys. You need not to write a single line of code. Simply put this data into one visual. This put the data into one visual. Automatically, this will be calculated. A single line of code you need not to write, guys. Okay, Power BI by default calculates the total. But my client is asking, can you compare? That means I want to compare this with the previous month. What is going to be the previous month sales? Client does not directly ask you how much quantity that was sold in the month of January. I don't require that. He requires something like a previous month sales. Previous month sales means maybe this is 782, right? Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll take it as a 0, guys, because January is the starting month. For February, what is the previous month? 782. For March, what is the previous month? 646. For April, what is the previous month? It is 701. Okay, that is fine. Next one is going to be, I want to know the difference also, guys. How much difference that has been compared with the previous month. So let us say that this will be blank. We will leave it because for the which is going to be Jan, I don't require any value. But for the February, we have to know that, guys. 646 and the previous month is 782. Okay, I'm not writing exactly, guys. Approximately somewhere around minus 140, guys. Approximately. Isn't it? Approximately minus 140, 142, I think so. Whatever may be the calculation. I think 136, I think so. Whatever it may be. So it is going to be approximately minus 140. 701 and 646. It was increased in, guys. Approximately this is going to be 54 plus 1, 56 plus 56. And here also the compare with the previous month, this month sales has been increased in, guys. 7012, which is going to be 840. So it is going to be 130, 130, how much, guys? 842, 141, guys, right? So 70 plus 141, it will become one something around 800, and which is going to be 50 or 842, it will become. Not only that, I want to convert this into percentage. Means how much increment it was done. So 646, 782. So 646 divided by 782 into which is going to be 100. It is going to be a little bit less than that. So obviously the sales is decreased by some much, how much it is decreased. And here how much sales it was increased. Here the sales was increased in, guys. 56 divided by or something like, or 56, how much change it has been done. 56 divided by which is going to be 701 or 56 divided by 646. Compare with the last year, how much percentage it was increased. All these calculations are not available there. Data was given is only this data only, guys. The data was given is only this data. Here first what we will do, guys, we will only transform the data or clean up the data. Only just a kind of a cleaning will be done. But how to do all this extra calculation? What is the previous month sales? How much is the difference is there? What is the percentage change is there? All these things should be done in the place of the data modeling, guys. That is done in the place of the data modeling. What we have to do, guys. Here only we are going to use something called as DAX. I think you heard about that. If you want to learn Power BI, what is the main specialization we have to learn, guys? That is nothing but we have to learn something called as a DAX. So if you can show your expertise in the DAX, then only you will get your job as then only you can get the jobs in Power BI. Simply, normally, if you just learn some reporting and etc., that does not make any much difference at all. Because you guys require some kind of which is going to be an expertise in the DAX. Using the DAX only, we are going to do about all this data modeling. Some kind of a reusable calculations, columns, tables, all these things, we have to do that. So first you have to perform these two operations, guys. After that only the stage 3 will come, guys. What is the stage 3, guys? Stage 3 is going to be nothing but create, and which is going to be save your reports. So according to the business requirements, according to the client requirements, the clients will give various different type of requirements. Our responsibility is to create the reports, guys. See this, guys. I think you can understand the importance. The data was given is nothing but day to day how much quantity has been ordered. But our client requirement is nothing but each and every month total how much quantity was ordered, plus compared with the previous month, how much increase and decrease has been taken place. That too in terms of percentage, guys. How much percentage change has taken place? How much percentage increase is taken place? Or how much percentage decrease has been taken place? That is what we want to calculate it. So for that, we have to do all these kind of an extra calculations need to be gets done, guys. That is what we can say about this concept called as, what shall I say about this concept called as, which is going to be, we have to work with this. Okay. So that is one thing, what we have to work on it, guys. So that is going to be, we have to do that. And finally, we have to do something called as creating, and which is going to be saving of reports has to be gets done, guys. Creating and which is going to be saving of reports has to be gets done. And once the creating and saving of report has been done, finally, what we have to do, guys? I told you, right? So as a desktop, as a Power BI developer, using the Power BI desktop, which we have installed, we will create the reports, guys. But how the people will access the reports, guys? These Power BI desktop reports has to be published. In other terminologies, guys, we call it as deployment. Generally, in other, which is going to be languages, etc., we are going to call it as, which is going to be deployment. We call it as publish. We have to publish to, which is going to be Power BI service. Once if you publish to Power BI service, then users can directly access from their mobiles. By using Power BI mobile, guys, don't think that directly with their mobiles they can access it. There is one separate software is there, app is there. So generally in our mobiles, we call it as apps. Generally in our computers, we call it as tools or nothing but software is what we call it as. So there is an app is there, a mobile app will be there. The mobile app is nothing but what we call it as Power BI mobile. So clients can directly access the reports from the Power BI mobile. The reports need to be published into the Power BI service, guys. So that is what the actual mechanism is going to take place. So what is the stage 4, guys? Which is nothing but publish the reports, guys. Publish, or which is going to upload the reports to the Power BI service. So to the Power BI service, last class I shown you guys how to access your Power BI service. It is not a tool, it is an app. So it is a website. We have to get it through the, which is going to be the web URL. We have to get that particular access, guys. That is what we have to study about them. And that is going to be all about this particular implementation, guys. Right? So that's it, guys. That is going to be the basic procedure, how basically our Power BI projects will takes place. So just no need to worry about that, sir. Is it really, that means, see, installation is done, guys. Click on the finish. So I shown you the link now, guys, from where you have to download the, from where you have to download the Power BI desktop. I shown you the link now, guys. Come down. Okay, scroll it down, guys. Can you see? With Power BI desktop, what you can, you can get the data, guys. With Power BI desktop, what you can do, guys, you can get your data. See that? Power BI desktop makes discovering the data easy. You can import the data from a wide variety of data sources. I told you now, guys. After you connect to a data source, you can shape the data to match your analysis and report requirements. So what it is saying is, you modify your data. You modify your data or transform the data according to your report requirements. According to your report requirement, you can get your data and we can make some modification to that particular data. That is what we have to do it, guys. Okay. So next thing, after that, what I said that create relationships, and which is going to be enrich your data model with new measures and data formats. As I told you, So create some kind of a new measures and all these things we have to create. And then we have to prepare some kind of a data. We have to prepare that. That is what we call it as data modeling. Then we can go for something called as creating of reports. What is meaning of creating of reports? We know that we have to create the reports and all these things. We have to create it. So see there, it's saying that create your reports, include the report view, select the fields you want, add the filters, choose a dozens of visualizations, format your reports with custom colors, gradients, and several other options are there. And after that, save your reports. Save the reports is nothing is there. Finally, upload or publish your reports. You can upload the reports you created and saved in the desktop to your Power BI site. You can also publish them directly to the Power BI, directly from the Power BI desktop itself. Okay. Now let me open, guys. Let me open the blank report once again. Let me open the blank report, guys. And here we can see something called as, we can see help. Sorry, we have the help here, guys. And we have an option called as an about option is there. Previously, do you remember? It used to show you as a June update, guys. But now you can see 2.14.145 point, which is going to be 1105, guys. Same version now, guys. So open, which is going to be download. Again, see, simply you said download, which is going to be Power BI desktop, guys. So once if you click on the download Power BI desktop, once again, I'll show you. This is your version, guys. 2.14.145 point, which is going to be 1105. Same version it is showing you, guys. 2.145.1105.0, which is nothing but clearly, guys. Previously, it is showing you June update, but now it is showing you July 2025, guys. So which is going to be July, which is going to be 2025. You can see that particular July update, what we can see with the data here now. So there you can understand, guys, it is going to be nothing but the data which we can see, and this is going to be the new update. Like this, for every, which is going to be for every 1 month, guys. For every 1 month, which is going to be, it is going to create some kind of an updates will be released, guys. So every 1 month we have to update them. So that is what we have to do, guys. Okay, so this is the actual procedure, guys, and please download the Power BI desktop. So maximum from tomorrow onwards, I will start with our implementation, guys. Tomorrow I'll start with how to import the data. I'll start with how to import the data, guys. And after importing the data, I'll tell you what are the different sources are there, which generally we recommend in the real time, what type of data sources are recommended in the real time. All these things, I'll explain it in the tomorrow session. And then we'll start with some basic importing. I'll start it in the tomorrow session, guys. Okay. So that's it for the today's class, guys. Just for today, we can stop it here and we'll continue in the tomorrow session, guys. Right? Anyone, guys, any questions from your side? If you have any questions, if you have any questions, guys, I can just take up your questions. I'll answer the questions and I'm going to we can end up the session for today, guys. Right. Anyone, any questions, guys, if you have? No questions? Yes. Anyone?
Sir, is it
Yes.
45 days course or 3 months course, sir?
No, 3 months course it is. It's an
Okay.
old one. It is 45. They said that, but it's not. It's an old one because we added SQL Server and all these things within the training only. So it will take 3 months of time.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir.
Okay, 2.5 months to 3 months it will take.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. Yes. Any others, guys? Okay, then. Thanks for today, guys. Just for today, we'll stop it here. We'll continue in the tomorrow's class, guys. Thanks all of you for today, guys.